So I'm coming in from Southern California. I'm Jennifer Diepstraten. I have known Jonathan for years now, and I have to tell you that he does what he teaches. So the first thing I would say about my journey, just from Jonathan and kind of what I've learned about social media, is, I'm not a, how do I say it? I'm a conversation person. Like, I love to talk to people and connect with people one-on-one. I love to speak. And social media always felt like, how can I get what I want to say into such a short post? Like, for me, like, fewer words were hard. And Jonathan kept showing up. He kept like commenting on things that I was saying, and showing me like these magical things that you could do with social media, which I did not understand at the time. When I met Jonathan, I actually didn't even have a website. We had done, I think, over $500,000 in business with no website at that point. And he, I started to really understand from you, Jonathan, that social media is not optional. It really is not optional. I'm in sales. I teach people how to sell, and sell from a heart-centered place that really feels good and aligned with the person you're talking to and yourself. Like, it has to be totally authentic. And for me, social just never felt authentic. It just felt like contrived. And as I started to get to know Jonathan, I saw him showing up as this person over and over again. It's like, he's like the real person that you see here on your screen is actually the real person that he is in real life. And I didn't know how he did that. And so I let him do that for us, for our company. And one of the first things that he did was he built us a website. It was like this special package, and did such a good job of taking what we do as a company and putting it into the visual and digital space, that I made no changes. Like, I think we've made 0 changes since the website that you built us 3 years ago. Now, Jonathan, it's just like, it was the most incredible experience to be understood in that way.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I got to plan B. I put my headset on because somebody said my mic was cutting in and out. So hopefully, can you hear me better now?
We can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Good.
Yeah. So that was an amazing thing. And then as I was sort of like studying you, one of the things that you said to me once was, I was asking you about your business, and I realized that you'd done over $1 million in a year just with organic conversations. And I'm like, it's just like the in-person conversations that you have with people, except for you're doing it in a digital way, but you can't have the same exact conversation because the person's not in front of you. So how do you do that? So you're just so like, thank you for teaching me that. I want you to get like, I actually know how to have a conversation. And now where we went from was basically having no leads coming through, or no interested people, or even inquiries coming in through online and social media. Like 80 to 90% of our business comes from people that we haven't met before through social media. Wow. I mean, it's amazing. Yeah. In fact, I had somebody just, consume content, book through my website, onto my calendar. She's a $2.8 million business. We have a call on Monday, and I'm like, never met her, right? But already she knows she wants to work with me. And I think that is like the magic, because I'm results focused, right? I'm like, I want to have the right customers. I really want to make a difference with people, and I don't want to spend a lot of time, like, I want to be really efficient. So to have that person show up and be like, she's a perfect match just based on the questions that she filled out. Before we even have the conversation, I can see that she's really like somebody that could potentially be a great client for us. Yeah. Right. And I really owe that to being able to tell our story and have a website, and that all of those pieces are working together in the digital space.
Gosh, I got to tell you guys, Jennifer set up her own kind of mini recording studio, and nobody could really ever see where it was, but it was just the corner of a room, right? Oh, yeah. When you started doing your Facebook Lives. But that was so good. And Peter had sort of just boxed you in a little bit, and you had this makeshift studio. But it looked, I could be, was it the corner of your bedroom or something like that at one time?
Yeah. Like, nobody knew that we were running this awesome business from like the end of our, like the end of the bed. And then there was this backdrop. It just looks so great.
Right. And of course, obviously, you've moved house now and you've got your own professional office and everything set up. And the quality of your videos of late has just been amazing. And your husband's doing that too, right? Peter's doing that.
Yeah, Peter has learned how to really produce video, and of course the content has to be good, the story has to be right. I think you shared about my story yesterday.
I did.
And you know, sometimes for me, like I'm actually really quite an introverted person. I keep a lot of stuff to myself, you know. And Jonathan just was able to piece together some things about why I'm so passionate about what I do that I didn't even realize, like things from my childhood and from my parents' lives. And I was like, oh, that's actually part of my story that's worth telling. And it draws people in. And I feel like, how do I say this? I feel like the pieces fit together like a puzzle.
Yeah.
Like I used to feel like I had a bunch of puzzle pieces of my life and my story, but I didn't have like the whole picture. And now I'm like, oh, I actually get how the pieces go together and how I can actually share about them.
Yeah. One story I'll never forget about you was that you started using was selling to like knockoff perfume on Boston Common, I think it was, just to make enough money for a train ticket and a burger each day or something, right?
That is correct. That's where I started.
What a way to learn sales. Yeah, if you like Paco Rabanne, you'll also like whatever it was.
No, if you like Hugo Boss, you'll love Hugo Ross. These are like perfume knockoffs. And I was right after my freshman year in college, and I used to walk around Boston Common. The only job, there was a recession that year, and the only job I could find was like basically selling these perfume knockoffs after a bunch of perfume patents had worn off. And I think it was legit, you know, and anything that I didn't have to turn in for the perfume, I got to keep. And I was really bad. I was really bad, you guys. I made enough money to buy a cheeseburger and a train ticket or a subway ticket each day. So
yeah.
I didn't do that for very long. I had to get better.
Jennifer and I spent some really good, I'll tell you a story, but some really good quality time together. And we actually went on vacation together to Mexico, and we became each other's client for the week. And you helped me work on a program which is now called Titanium, and I helped you work on your story and obviously the website. And
yeah,
wow, when you can go on holiday and have like a private apartment and someone come in and cooking for you, and then have all this time to be creative. And there was Debbie and Peter doing this huge jigsaw, and then you and I got 100 post-it notes on the wall, and good times, my friend. Good times.
It was amazing. I really have to thank you for being so real, like really like I don't know if you all know Jonathan in that way, like just in case you're wondering, is he who he is like on the inside? Like, you know, there's like this screen and then like the real life. He's the same person. He's the same person that you see here. All of these things that people are saying are real. I'm sure they're real things. And because I've been on the backside of his business, you know, when he's a client for me, I've seen the things that he's doing with people, and it just continues to blow my mind. Like if there's, I would say you have really got it down, like how to draw people's stories out and use the different engagement methods that you do to get it online. Like it's such a powerful system that you have that it's mind-blowing to me. So thanks for my website and my posts and all those leads that I got.
And you know, guys, this is not about me. This is about something that I've learned because I had to learn it for myself. I lost a job in 2004. Like one day I was fully employed. I was sales director of a large department store. Next day I wasn't. I mean, it's like, where did that come from? Never been laid off in my life, and suddenly it's like I'm out. It just didn't fit. And I had to set up a consulting business in 2004. I didn't have a website. I didn't have anything. I had a business card. And I grew a business, and then in 08, you know, I told you yesterday that so many things happened to me, and I had to literally rebuild everything again, and got into social media. So everything I teach, you know, it's a lesson I learned for myself, and I know it works because I've done it. But I also know it works because I've done it like over 100 times with other people like Jennifer and Aaron and Nancy and Crystal and many people in different areas. And it is a system. And you put in the hard work and you just show up with your authentic self. Wow. Yeah. And you guys are just rocking it. You did it. You did your own virtual live event recently too, right? You inspired me to do this in a way, because you normally had a big fancy hotel and room blocks and all the things, and then you just went all online, and that went pretty well, I hear.
Yeah. Super well. And we showed up on social media. In fact, what's been amazing with social media too? There's a couple of things I think. One is I started when I was speaking in person in different places, people were coming up to me all the time, asking, they already knew who I was, even though I hadn't met them yet. That's a trip. It's really amazing. It really shows the power of the device, right? If you do it well. And I know that's why it accounts for a lot of the reason why people already feel more comfortable, and they know me, they love me, they trust me before you even open your mouth. It's really extraordinary.
Thank you, my friend.
I have to share one thing, because you asked everybody else. So can I share?
Yes, I was just gonna. Go for it.
Like, if I knew then what I know now,
yes,
I would have got my social media game on a lot faster. And I would have done it in a way that you teach, because it can be really expensive to just find somebody to put together ads for you. We've done that. So I would say, and the strength of having a strong story that's told through social media with organic real following is so valuable. And if you're not doing it well, then you really don't have a business, because there isn't really any other way to market. Honestly, right? It's like digital is the only game in town, especially now with COVID, right? It was kind of trending that way anyway. Now that's where it is. And if you can do it well, it's like the difference. It's like whoever was showing the numbers earlier.
And Nancy,
was that Nancy? Oh yeah, Nancy, right? You were showing the numbers earlier. That was it's so important, and you just want to do it well, because we've spent tens and tens of thousands of dollars not doing it well with just ads that don't work and other things that it's just this is the way to do it.